I think everyone should really consider having a food pantry. Today I want to talk about why I think having a food pantry is so important in this day and time. I've just thought about so many things such as natural disasters that could take place, and you just never know when something natural can take place. You have things like floods and snowstorms, and God forbid a tornado takes place and your house survives a tornado. These are some of the reasons why I think a food pantry can be very necessary and handy in this day and time. So today I want to take you guys through a quick view and tour of my food pantry, which I started probably around 6 months ago. So I'm at the beginning stages. I don't have a lot of things, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing and how I'm growing my food pantry. So what I basically did was I went to Menards, my local Menards, and I ordered this shelving unit. I'm going to show you how it looks and give you a full frontal view from top to bottom. And then we'll talk about some of the things that I have in this pantry that I think would be very useful in case of some type of unrest or some type of uprising, or even if you have a personal emergency. We'll talk about that further because it doesn't necessarily have to be that something big and bad really happens. It can be something as small as your car being put in the shop, and after your car was placed in the shop, maybe you can't get around for a few days until it gets fixed. So that's also a personal emergency reason that I think having a food pantry could be very useful and helpful. So my second food pantry is this cabinet right here. It goes from top to bottom, and it's pretty long. It's tall. I really like it because the doors close on it. And then I'll show you when we open this one in a minute how it looks. Now this particular shelving unit, I want to say cost around $300 at Menards. I ordered it and it was shipped, and then we put it together very easily. It was not difficult. I even ordered some extra shelves to go inside. So let me back a little bit. So in this pantry, we have this one shelf here, and I have this one next to it, the one that closes up. And then I have a third shelf over here where I've put some things. And so what I've decided to do is this. With this particular unit right here that closes up, this is where I stock canned goods at. Also some bottled goods. And I have some things like pasta that also is inside of these bins here. I still have to come up with a better organization, but this is a start. And oh, I forgot to mention one other thing that I have. I have these buckets on the floor. I got these buckets here with the lids that go on them. I've gotten these from my local Walmart. And I just want to show you, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And most of them are filled up except for, I think, 1 or 2. Okay. They all have something in them. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are filled to the top. This one is not filled to the top, and this one is still empty. So I'm also using those as storage. Now, I want to go back to my pantry here so you can see my setup and you can see what I have. I tried to organize this as best I could. So I just went with things that we eat in our family, things that we like and things that we use. We don't all eat the same things. Some of us don't eat pork or beef. I myself, I don't eat pork or beef, but some people in my family do eat pork or beef. So I have the type of food items that can serve any one of us on any given day, any time that something could possibly happen. You know, I live in a somewhat, it's not totally rural, but it has some ruralness to it, my area. It's not like a city. I don't live in a big city, but I do live in like a suburban with some rural type areas. Well, some people call it farm area, where my neighbors have horses and cows and things like that. Okay, so this is what I have. We'll go to the top. Like I said, I started with the things that we like. Here I have like my ketchup and barbecue sauce because some of my family members really like that. I have in this row Hellman mayonnaise, or not only just Hellman, what's the other one? Mayonnaise. I can't think of it now, but you know, I had more and we've been using them, so I have to restock. And relish, you know, I have like syrup, and just even behind this, like lemon juice that comes in handy for different things. And then I have here just some beans. This oatmeal, it got open, so I just covered it up. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it here, but we'll probably end up using this pretty quickly. And also behind the oatmeal, I have like my sugar and cornmeal and more seasoning and salt on this shelf as well. And I forgot to mention behind the sweet relish, I have different types, different sizes of relish. Also, I have this mustard in the back as well. Just different things that would come in handy to use in the event that there's some reason that we can't get out for a few days, or we haven't been able to go to the store, or there's some issue with the stores running low on certain products also. On this shelf, I have like evaporated milk, and then I also have like carnation milk as well, condensed milk, different types of mixed fruit, which will come in handy if you do have a sweet tooth, and having some sugars does not affect your health in any kind of way. I know sometimes you have members in the family that might be diabetic or have other type of health conditions where they have to monitor it, their sugar intake. But on the day that you want something a little sweet and you're not reaching for like a candy bar or any chocolate, you might want to just try some fruit. So I stack up on this type of stuff because even fruit is good to use with on certain type of pies that you might like. You know, like if I'm baking a pie or something like that and I want to put some cherries on top, if I'm doing like a peach cobbler or some type of cheesecake. And I have the fruit cocktail here. So this is my little fruit section. Also some cranberry sauce. We just got past Thanksgiving, so that really came in handy, the cranberry sauce. I have right in this section here, like my broth. I have like chicken broth, mostly chicken broth. I don't do a lot of beef, but some beef broths for the beef eaters in the family, and some condensed chicken soup in the bag, as well as cream of chicken soup. I'm still searching for a better organization, but this is a start. But I want to say that this particular cabinet that I'm showing you, I like it so much because it fully closes, and my pantry is in the basement. It fully closes. It stays nice and cool, and dark, you know, which is a good way to keep canned goods and things of that nature. So in this section here, I have my carrots, mixed vegetables, you know, sweet corn, mixed vegetables. I also have some fresh corn that we get from the garden and we freeze as well. I'll show you that at a later date. I'm a real big proponent of Keystone products, so I have to show you guys this. Now, I always think about, what if I'm not able to get chicken? I remember in 2019 when we had that that particular outbreak that happened over the world where people were getting sick. In my area, we were short on chicken and beef. I didn't know about this at the time. And I heard another YouTuber, several YouTubers talk about this particular Keystone brand. So I've been buying it and stocking up on it. And I actually really like the chicken and the beef. And one thing I really like about this is that, let's get in the light here. The sodium content is not that bad. I think it's only 100 milligrams. The carbs are 0. It's pretty much fully cooked. recipe ready, no preservatives, and it has water added, so you have chicken and sea salt. I buy this because I think this is the best you can get in terms of something in a can that's healthy in a case of an emergency. And I also like the date, the expiration date. It goes out to 2029. You can't beat that. So this is January 2025, 4 years, and I bought this last year. So I have plenty of cans of this chicken. I have several cans of the turkey, Keystone, and I have several cans of the beef. I've even used this beef to make spaghetti, and my family didn't even know the difference. They only knew once I told them. You know, that's how good it tastes and how well I was able to fix that meal. So in the event that we're not able to get some ground beef or chicken because there's some type of outbreak or something going on with ducks and birds out there, some type of disease, I have these canned goods. And I've been stocking up on these. So what I try to do is monthly when I get my check, you know, because I currently work, I try to stock up and buy a few cans of these. And as you can see, it goes all the way back here in my cabinet. I don't know if you can see how far back it goes. So I have lots of these, but I don't have enough because I have quite a few people in my family here that live at home. You know, the immediate family, children and hubby and all. The next thing that we eat a lot of is tuna. So I got these big cans of Star-Kissed tuna. I try to get several of those in water. And in case of an emergency, I myself really enjoy the sardines. And most of this stuff I just got at my local Walmart. I like sardines and mustard sauce. Most people don't like sardines, but I really love sardines. So that's a good meal for me, or a good snack with a couple of crackers, really on any given day. So this is how the pantry looks. I just wanted to show you guys that. Now, I want to show you what I have in these bins here. In these bins, I just have packets of spaghetti here in the box. And I have more also in some other bins I'll show you. And what I started doing with like my pasta and rice recently is I started using one of those machines where you suck out the air. I can't think of the name of it right now. And putting it in those bags and storing it in my buckets. And I'll show you that as we get to that section. So I have the spaghetti in that bin. And in this bin, just odds and ends of like pudding and Jell-O. And also I have some small boxes of Jiffy Mix. And also Lipton onion soup. Just some small boxes of little seasonings I have in these bins, and I have them covered up to keep them fresh and so they would stay preserved for a long period of time. Now, I do come down here and use some of these ingredients and I replace them. I use the ones in the front, and then when I replace, I put them behind in the back. So I can have the latest expiration date in the back. Okay, so also in this bin, just gonna pull this out and show you what I have here. In this bin, you know, I have like bags of potatoes, bags of seasoning, inside of a sandwich bag, more potatoes, and rice, just more pasta, and also more rice, just rice, and that's already in bags, and I have some of them inside of a Ziploc bag, and these are placed in the bin, and I put a top on the bins to keep them nice and closed, airtight, so I don't have anything, you know, going inside but we're pretty critter free in our basement. But you never know because we do live close to like the farm. Also here I keep packets of applesauce. My family loves applesauce. That's a nice treat. They even have, we buy the sugar-free applesauce, which is a nice treat because I'm trying to get my family a little bit more used to not eating as much sugar. So here, in this pan, I have just like beans. You know, and I have some of the beans bagged because I want to put them in the machine and you know, make sure they're airtight. So I have some bags here, more beans. This bin has just lots of different types of Great Northern beans, lentil beans, of that nature. So that's what I have here. Now, I think I have a couple of empty bins that I need to fill. Okay, more pasta, egg noodles. Let's get a little bit more light here. And rice. And I'm not done yet. You know, I just want to mention that. I'm not done. This is only the beginning. Sugar, different types of sugar. Cane sugar and sugar in a raw. This is just the beginning. Like I said, I've been doing this about 6 months. And I'm building up on it as I go. Basically, I buy the things that my family eat. And also I buy the things that probably we don't eat, but we might want to eat in a case of an emergency. If that makes sense. We don't eat a lot of it. Like, I don't eat a lot of pinto beans, but that's something that we eat every now and then. But in any case of an emergency, if I can't get a lot of food, I can put a meal together with these pinto beans and it'll be wonderful with some rice. Okay, so at the bottom, what I have here is prune juice and white vinegar, and the rest is just water jugs. And on this side, I have lots of cans or tubes of Skippy peanut butter mix, orange juice, and more vinegar, and Pedialyte, which will come in handy if someone is a little malnourished or if they have like diarrhea and they're losing electrolytes, and more apple cider vinegar in the back. So this is the cabinet that closes up securely. Once you close this baby, you don't have any issues with anything crawling in there. It's nice, secure, and it's tight, and it really wasn't that expensive. I actually love this cabinet. Okay, so on to the other cabinet. You know, I like to buy this tissue from Walmart. So I usually try to keep plenty of it. I only have a couple of rolls now, but I usually try to have no less than 6 rolls at a time, just due to the size of my family and our needs. So I got these baby wipes just because they were on sale at Menards. I think they were only like 97 cents. They come in handy if you just want to wipe your hands or wipe your face or something, your around your mouth a little bit. Mainly your hands is what we use this for, which comes in handy in the case of you're not able to get out and get, you know, enough water for any reason. These are some other things that I've bought in for emergencies or some type of crisis situation. Your toothpaste, you know, usually use the all natural organic toothpaste, but I got this fluoride toothpaste because it was on sale and it's something that will be used in the case of emergencies. We have several toothpaste, toothbrushes, little bottles of lotion, and just little emergency kits here. Away we go, personal first aid kits that I got from Menards. Like I said, we don't use the fluoride, but in the case of a crisis or emergency, I'll use the fluoride if I have to. And here we just got like soap, pain relievers. Don't underestimate pain relievers as something that you don't need in a case of emergency. You should try to have on hand your different pain relievers. And also here, I have more jugs of water, rubbing alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, Listerine, Pine Sol, OxyClean for the laundry detergent, and bleach behind that. And I usually keep on hand the disinfectant wipes, but the family seems to pull those on a regular basis and use them, so I have to stock up. Now let's talk about something else in this pantry here. Now, I have these bins here, or buckets. I usually keep like sugar in here, and I have in this bucket here, I didn't take the tag off, well, flour. It's not open. I just keep those in the tubes. I have to fill up here. Actually, I got some sugar in the other cabinet. I just have to pull it out and put it in the bucket. And then I have my tomato sauces here, my yams, pumpkin pie filling, which is just, if you want something sweet and you're not able to get out due to a big snowstorm or something like that, you can whip something together with, you know, pumpkin filling. Chili with no beans, nacho cheese sauce for those days we want to have like tacos or something in a taco family. Plenty of beans here. I make a lot of chili, and I use the beans to make the chili here. We have baked beans and ravioli if you need a quick meal and you can't get out there and really get what you need. Pink salmon. I love this stuff. Black top. And I have plenty of it, but I don't have nearly enough. I usually make salmon patties with that, and I love that, and it's a good meal for my family. Okay, and I have more water here at the bottom of this cabinet. So as you can see, we use a lot of bottled water. We drink a lot of bottled water, and I have more of it here in these containers on the floor. I get this water from Menards. It's purified water. You get 3 jugs in a box. So I have several of these boxes, but I still don't feel like I have enough. But this is a good start. I think everyone that's able to should start a pantry, because it's nothing like not being able to get to the store and knowing you don't have anything on hand. You want to have something on hand in the event that you're not able to get to the store. Okay, the buckets that I was telling you guys about, this is how I have them stocked. I have more like mac and cheese, Jiffy mix, more pasta, and just different types of pasta in the box here that I keep in this bucket. And all I do is close it with a lid. And it's all secure. And these things have pretty long shelf life. And what I want to show you is, let's see which one has it. One of these have, let's see, maybe it's this one. Let me put the camera down for a minute. Okay, so no, it's not this one. But I'll show you what's in it anyway. I have grits, crackers, more crackers, and more pasta at the bottom. Let's see, maybe this is the one. Let's see. Oh, sorry about that. show you what's in one of the buckets that I was able to take the air out of the pasta packet. That one's not it, but I'll show you what's in it. Stove top. More hamburger helper pasta. I mean, this stuff is not necessarily the healthiest to have, but you best believe in a crisis, you'll be grateful to have it, have something. Let's see. We're gonna try to put that there while I open this other bucket and use 2 hands to open it. So just bear with me. Now, this is what I wanted to show. This is rice that I use to put in these bags and suck out the air with my machine, and I have it dated as to how long it's good for. Isn't that awesome? And here, brown rice. I have different types of rice. White rice. Just different types. Let's see. This one is jasmine rice. It's good until October of next year. Yeah. So just different kinds of rice we have here. I want to show you guys. Either you get one of those machines where it takes out all the air, and then you put your rice or your pasta in there, and it keeps it nice and fresh and tight, and the shelf life remains on it for such a long time. So there you have it. So why you need a food pantry. So many reasons why you need a food pantry. You need a food pantry just to survive during chaotic times. You need a food pantry just for a personal emergency. What if you get the flu and you're not able to go out for a couple of days? You know, what if you have to put your car in a shop or something and you're not able to drive it? If you have food, you can make it. You can make a meal. Most people think of having a food pantry just when there's some type of major disaster. But how about just daily making it and daily living? I say that's a good reason to have a food pantry. Just so you're not caught in a situation where you don't have basic necessities when you're not able to get out and get those necessities. All right, so guys, hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you have a desire to start a food pantry, or some people call it a doomsday pantry. I don't call it doomsday, but just a prepper's pantry. I hope everyone would consider starting a prepper's pantry just for the sake of helping your family to survive during any critical or hard time out there in the world. Take care and have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.